this, we ran into, go ahead.
I'm Mike with Shower Pouch.
Mike with Shower Pouch. And if you guys don't know Shower Pouch, you guys have been living under a rock. These guys have been on podcasts, radio shows. They're going all out, but they're going after a market that we all need. As adventurers in the outdoor community, we need to stay clean. Yes. He's got the solution.
Oh, there you go. So
Tell us
what
about
we sell is a 2 foot by 1 foot full body wet wipe. Instead of using baby wipes, which is really small and actually falls apart, this will actually be really sturdy in your hand, kind of like what's pictured right now.
Okay.
You stand behind one cloth will clean from head to toe. So start off with your head and your hair, your chest, your legs, and then the last portion, use it to clean your groins.
Okay.
Don't start from the bottom up, start from the top down, right? We come in 3 different scents. We have cucumber, bamboo, and as well as unscented. We also have our hand sanitizer, which are going like hotcakes right now. And we also have a tactical bag made by our friends over at Overland Taylor. You can find him on social media. Great guy. And we use all the different varieties. Again, we have our show special 5 for 20, 10 for 35. And I forgot the one thing we mentioned was kind of unique, and I mentioned this a lot of times. Since it's in a foil pouch, you can boil this in your jet boil. And then you're able to turn this into a warm wipe down.
Wow.
Right? You can't do that with a baby wipe.
You can't.
During the summer months, stick it in your igloo, stick it in your cooler, and now it's a cool wipe down.
Cool wipe.
You know? So we love babies. I have a 3-year-old, but we had to do something that's designed for the adult or young person. Yeah.
It's definitely a part, it's an industry that needed to be filled.
Correct.
Can't think of anybody better to do it, Mike. You guys are doing a great job. Absolutely. So when you guys need something, make sure that this is part of your everyday carry in your truck, your Jeep, your boat, your RV, it doesn't matter. This is something that you guys need. This saves water, saves on the environment, keeps you clean.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, you can find us on at Shower Pouch on all our social media and our website, theshowerpouch.com.
Wow. Mike, thanks again for being on the show. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
And continued success. So we're here with Jerry from TEMBO TUSK, and you guys know, unless you've been under a rock, you already know the TEMBO TUSK. So tell us, what makes that thing so popular with overlanders and campers?
It's because it's so much fun to use. I mean, it becomes a social gathering place in the camp. Instead of having your back to everybody while you're cooking,
okay,
you turn around and everybody hangs out with you because you're the center of attention. And you don't need pots and pans, and you just wipe it off to clean it. So
really,
and it's fun. It's just fun more than anything else.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, we see this thing everywhere. It's taken off on social media. Everyone really loves this thing, and it's really part of everyone's overland camp kitchen. Now, you have something else that a lot of people might not know, and that's this wonderful refrigerator slide, right?
We started the company building slides.
When was that?
2010.
So 10 years in the business.
10 years in the business. This has been 5 years, but we make the heaviest duty slide available on the market. They swing all the way out and they lock.
3 days.
They lock out and then they lock in.
Okay.
And they'll hold up to 600 pounds.
600 pounds.
And then we have also an option for cutting board.
Okay.
And which will hold up to 200 pounds. So you can really get into you're cutting up that elk.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, this is all great stuff. Now, what's the warranty like on something like this?
You cannot hurt it.
You can't hurt it.
100%. It's unlimited warranty.
American made.
American made.
Awesome.
We make it here in Orange County.
Fantastic.
All of our products are made in America.
Okay. Now, I know that we don't talk too much about the TEMBO TUSK table.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about that, so our viewers can.
The tables, I made the tables for you because I needed a table this size.
Okay.
It fits into a drawer system, and it's just not terribly big. It's just the right size. It's a bamboo top, steel frame, steel legs. Uses the same legs as a Star. And I've had mine in my truck for 6 years. They're in the snow, the rain, the mud, and they still look new. I still take them to shows.
Wow.
So they hold up well.
You bet they do. Now, guys, you can reach Jerry how? How can they find out about you?
They can find us on our website, which is tembotusk.com.
TEMBO TUSK?
TEMBOtusk.com. And we're on Instagram, again, TEMBO TUSK. And so it's real easy to find us.
What's going to be new? What's going to be the next invention? You guys are always planning and scheming.
Well,
got something new coming up.
Well, we're working on something.
Okay.
But we can't say.
So maybe at Expo West.
Maybe.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to it, Jerry.
Thanks
for giving us the time,
Thanks
bud.
for stopping in.
All right. So guys, we're here with the Trail Chasers team.
Yep.
I want to know, like, this year, you guys have interviewed a lot of, like, heavy hitters in social media. Who's been your favorite so far?
They're like our kids. We can't pick a favorite.
Yeah. Politically correct.
No,
Jesus.
No, to be honest, I think the Jillian interview this last week was great. She was super personable. She had a great story. It's the first podcast interview she's ever done. We've done a lot of people that like hit the circuit, and we love that too. But no, that was a really good interview. I think that her interview, the Rochelle Croft interview, both front and back, were the first one and the second one were good. I mean, we're very fortunate that we're able to get these people on the phone and just have a really good conversation with them. So I don't know. I would say that right now, because the last episode was Jillian, I would say that's probably my favorite to this point. Then the next one will be my favorite after that.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, because the content is always evolving and it's always changing. Sometimes it's easy to say like, "Hey, this last video or this last interview, that was our greatest." Yeah. So I understand that greatest.
Let me ask you, what's your favorite episode so far?
Man, I have to say, I thought the one with Trail Medic was hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I was just dying. That was one of my favorites. I also think the recap of Stoddard Wells, the one that after we did that trail run, that was a good one. Yeah. But I'm like you guys. I seem to think the same thing as well. Yeah. A lot of times after I hear it, I leave going, God, the boys are back. Yeah, well, the boys are back. That's my thing too when I tell people about you guys.
And for us, I think we're evolving. Our interviewing skills evolve. Our dynamic, our timing, all that. So every time we do an interview with the next guest, I feel like we're more in sync, and it gets a little bit better the next time. You know what I mean? So I think it's a constant evolution until we get to the point where we have to find something new to evolve to.
And I was just going to ask you guys that. Where do you see the brand Trail Chasers? I know you guys say put in the effort and the rewards are going to come and all that. Yeah. But where do you guys see the brand going in the next 3 to 5 years? Like, what's your goal for the brand?
We've actually had some conversations with a couple companies about that long term. I think the goal right now is to continue doing the audio podcasts and expand into more of the live content and the video stuff like we've been doing on the Instagram Live. That seems to be getting a lot of traction, right? We need to figure it out a little bit better. We keep screwing it up, but I like that direction. And I think the brand is the goal for the brand is to continue to provide content to the people in the off-road and overland community that resonates with the everyman and inspires them to go out and chase their adventure. I mean, that's been the goal from day one. We're just trying to figure out how to get there.
It's a great testimony. Now, with all the changes in the off-road community, and I'm turning to you because I look at you as the off-road guru.
He is.
These guys horse around a lot, and I love them, but with all the changes, we're talking Gladiator, everything from the ZR2, the Ranger, so many changes have been really evolving in the off-road community over the past couple of years. Yeah. What has been a standout for you? Something that you say like, hey,
the Ford Ranger.
No, I'm not saying it just
Wait, I'm not laughing. The Ford Ranger.
No, I'm not saying it because you're here, but I think the ZR2 really, so Tacoma was always the level to beat, right?
The benchmark.
But I think they kind of, what am I trying to say? They kind of...
they set the bar up. They changed it so that you, instead of being like Tacoma, they went, look at us, and then Ford went, oh, we have to respond, and Jeep was like, we can't be late to this party either. I do think the ZR2 changed the pace.
They got comfortable with being the segment leader, right?
Yeah.
They stopped innovating, so they kind of just gradually just upgraded their truck. But everybody else stepped up their game so much, like the Ranger, the ZR2, and then the ZR2 Bison. Yeah. Like front rear lockers, those multimatic shocks. Like now it's like Toyota has to really now they're playing catch up now because the baseline is set way higher than the Tacoma was. So now it's like, dude, it's kind of hard to find a bad off-road truck. Like,
That's true.
Even just the standard, no matter what brand you go with, you're going to get a good product.
Yeah.
It's just depending on what direction you want to go.
Yeah, and you know, for what we do, the trail running, the, you know, mild obstacles, the stuff like that, you know, we're not hardcore rock crawlers. You could pick any one of those platforms, throw a decent Icon suspension kit on it, and hit the trail and have a great time, right? I mean, and that's kind of, we talk about that a lot. Pick a brand and go wheel. The Nissan Frontier, the stock Frontier is wheeling with us every single day. Like,
you don't even have to modify it yet. Like, wheel what you got.
Yeah.
Learn where the opportunities are with that platform, and then build as needed. Like, you don't need to spend. You don't need to buy the latest and greatest, and then spend X amount to bring it up to have all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
And then you learn, like, you know what? I didn't even need all this. This is way overkill.
And you know, I think the industry is also responding to, whether it be social media, YouTube, or events like this, you know, Adventure Expo. It's telling the manufacturers that there is a desire to build rigs that can do something that is not just going to be a pavement plower, you know?
Yeah. And so, they're looking at, okay, this overlanding is a thing now where people are taking a vehicle that has X amount of GVWR and they're loading the crap out of it with all this stuff to go out and adventure for weeks at a time. We need to respond to that. That's why this has a 7,500 pound tow rating, and you know what I mean? And all the other manufacturers are starting to do that as well.
But I think that's why AAV with the, you know, the Prospector XLs, I think that's why that's a thing now, because people load up their trucks with so much stuff. It's like these trucks, you know, they have a limit. Now, by going with like a full-size work truck, full-size work truck that has 4,000 or 5,000 payload, right? Pounds of payload.
1 ton axles.
It's already like so much. Your baseline, your starting point is so much more ahead. Obviously, you won't be able to do some of the tighter.
I was gonna say, but that changes your destination now. If you've got the full-size rig all overlanded out. There's Slot Canyon, where we went down to Split Canyon Mountain in Ocotillo Wells. You're not getting a full-size truck tank, right? I looked at the Tundra when I was going to look into this. I thought about it. And I'm not saying that it's wrong or right or better or worse. It changes your destination. It changes where you can go and what you want to do. If you're looking at going out in the middle of nowhere where nobody's at for 3 days and you want to camp out there, you can do that all day long in a full-size.
Yeah, I think there's no better time to four-wheel right now, because more than ever now, you have a specific tool for your need. It wasn't like trying to make the one pickup truck do everything. You have a specific, you can choose a scalpel now, like Ford Raptor. That's like a perfect Baja truck. Right off the showroom floor.
I mean, there was a time when we really had, if we were going to do this kind of stuff, guys, it was Jeep or Jeep.
Pretty much.
We're just really fortunate now, you know?
Yeah, it was Jeep, and I'm going to cobble together like this configuration to make it work and get all my gear in there. I remember wheeling in my Jeep with backpacks strapped to my spare tire to get all my gear in it, you know what I mean? And the trailer hitch basket for your firewood, and you know, you've got those options. You can pick any one of those platforms and go out and do stuff in it.
Well, this is why you guys want to tune into Trail Chasers. It's because the conversation, it starts here, ends somewhere else. You never know where it's going to go, but it'll always be about off-road. So make sure you guys tune in. Tell them how they can find you.
Trailchasers.net and any podcast platform. Just search for the Trail Chasers Podcast.
And on Instagram?
We're at The Trail Chasers on Instagram. That's our biggest social media platform. We have stuff all over the place, but trailchasers.net is where you can find everything.
Now, we didn't get the tip of the spear. He's out running around doing something.
He's doing something,
So if you guys want to know
the
what
best part of the show isn't even here right now.
Yeah, he's not even here. So make sure you tune in. You'll get to meet and listen to Matt as well.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate the time.
Absolutely, as always. Good to see you guys. Thank you. Guys, I'm here with Rob. Now, Rob has this beautiful Jeep. So tell them who you are, brother. Tell them how they can find you.
All right. So my name is Rob. I'm from VinceOfTheWild.com. And now I just started a brand new gig as the brand manager over there at Goose Gear. and they make awesome products.
Certainly.
Cool interiors and stuff like that.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. But our Venture the Wild stuff's mostly based around our charity.
Okay.
And our charity, we do two things. We have a family crisis arm where we help kind of families working through some stuff. And then we have a whole outdoor section. Our outdoor section is very much about plugging people into the charity, as well as, you know, sometimes we can work with some of the lighter scale PTSD kind of folks, or we can help like kids that never been on the trails before. Sometimes even there's actually a lot of adults that come that live right here locally that had never even been up the mountain, and it's right there in the backyard, right?
So you're able to take some people out into
so we take them out. We try to plug people into nature and unplug them from their
reality kind of stuff.
from the day in and day out of what they do.
Right. Now, I know you've been in this off-road community for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So tell everybody a little bit about your background. What got you started in this outdoor adventure lifestyle?
So back in 1993, I bought my first Jeep YJ, right? And it was a lot of fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got in an accident in that thing, and it kind of changed the pace of my life for a little bit.
All right.
The accident was pretty bad. Diabetic guy, blacked out at the wheel, and ended up veering from the fast lane of the freeway up the off ramp and T-boned me at like 65 miles an hour.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it did a lot of physical damage, and then it actually, this is probably way deeper than you got, but since you asked, I'm gonna tell you.
Tell us.
So it actually took my memory from birth to that accident.
Wow!
And it never came back.
Okay.
So for me, nature was really a place to find grounding for myself. Nature is a place to kind of escape the chaos a bit for me.
Right.
The world is a little overwhelming for me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I also believe that nature is, I say it like this, there's no better way to stay connected with the creator than through creation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what got me going.
It's a great testimony, man, absolutely. So what's coming up for you guys? Now, like I said, I keep my eye on you guys. I know you got a little core group of people pulling together. I know that we've talked briefly a few other times about a potential adventure going cross country.
Sure.
So what's new? What's going on with that? What's happening with your next adventure?
So it's all the regular stuff for me, right? So it's super busy. This is a busy time of year for anybody in the off-road industry, really, with the show stuff. So I'll be doing a lot of trips and a lot of content shooting with that. We should talk. We should maybe work something out where we start teaming up on this stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of outdoor shooting for different projects,
right.
Just regular projects that just kind of the regular stuff that I do to kind of just create this little ecosystem.
Yeah.
And then our club and our charity, we're going to be plugging in with some of the sponsors and that kind of thing to really do a big push on replanting trees.
Awesome.
California's pretty much burnt to the ground,
Yeah.
so we need to start replenishing that. And a big way to do that is to kind of get back to the basics and get out there and get some, hopefully tens of thousands of trees planted.
Right.
You know, Bobby Culpepper from CVT is going to be a big part of that.
Bobby's a good guy. Goose Gear.
Yeah, and our charity.
Yeah.
So then, go ahead.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, we do.
How can we send people so that they can maybe get behind some of these projects you have?
All right, so our YouTube is just Venture the Wild. YouTube.com/Venture the Wild. Instagram's probably the easiest way to contact me because you could just DM me there, and that is VTW, like Venture the Wild, VTW Rob. And then obviously don't forget to check out the content at venturethewild.com.
You guys, Rob's a great guy. He's a pillar in this community, and he's certainly a stand-up guy, and you've always given us the time to talk. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for everything you're doing, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Anytime, anywhere, Ground Pounder Coffee. You guys, I'm here with Jim. Jim has brought this product, this Ground Pounder Coffee, to the Overland and adventure community.
Yes.
And I got a cup right here. It is cold. It's about 5 o'clock out here in Costa Mesa, cloud cover. I'm freezing, but this guy had a nice warm cup of coffee for me, so we got a chance to meet with him. Now, you've done a ton of things to this Jeep, man.
Oh my,
it's
yes.
changed a lot in the past 30 days.
Changed.
Tell them what you've done.
Wow. So we'll start with that right there if you can. A lot of really great sponsors. We put Dana 60 1-tons under it. We put Raceline Monster beadlocks on it. The Wild Peak from Falcon 38-inch tires that are not commercially available.
Wow.
Clayton Off-Road Long Arm Kit. Clayton Off-Road Skid Plates. AEV Overland Series Heavy Duty Springs. I'm really going to try not to miss anybody. Power tank jumped in. We've got the power tank system. We're going to plumb that into our four-wheel air-up system, so we can either do air or CO2. What else has been new?
You guys did new paint, like new graphics?
Just redid the sides because we wanted to be able to be seen a little bit further away. So that I just finished yesterday.
Okay.
But yeah, and then some interior modifications. We had to do some wiring changes. S-Pod also. So we have two S-Pods in there. You'll see I have a switch bank for just on and off stuff like the lockers and things. And then the Bantam X is just to the left of my ham radio.
Right.
And that controls all my lighting. So there's strobing, there's dimming, there's a lot of really cool stuff.
So let me ask you this, are you still writing all this off as a tax deduction?
No.
Well, you should, brother. This is your advertising rig. This tells the community what you're about.
It is definitely, and that's what it's all centered around, is getting out. So.
Man, I tell you, I seen you the other day, right? I was turning in the red truck, and you were going down Pine Avenue there in Eastvale area, and I seen
Was it done?
And it was done.
Oh, cool.
And I seen it, and I said, man, I can't wait to see Jim at the show. So thanks for taking a minute. Now, I just do want to go on the other side and show him your coffee setup. Is that okay? Do you still have that thing?
It's not in here.
The pull-out drawer?
So that usually goes.
Oh, yeah.
Here's why it's. Can you unlock the rig?
Sorry.
Here's the reason it's not in here right now is we're getting ready for Moab. We're going to be there through Eastern Jeep Safari Week. We're going to have a week of photo walk around type of thing, and then a week with Lost Jeep SoCal. So I'm going to be there for a long time. Normally it sits in here, and you're correct. It slides way out.
Yeah.
There's a whole pour-over system in it. Hot water, the whole 9 yards.
Well, we'll have to get maybe part two.
Yes.
And show that when you guys get back. Yeah? But what a beautiful truck, man. And I tell you, it's always a pleasure seeing you guys come out. And, no matter what, if you see a crazy looking Jeep, don't think that the guy who owns it is not as kind and generous as this guy. Jim's been a true gentleman, such a cool guy. You guys ever see him out there, make sure you say hi, grab some Ground Pounder coffee. And how can they find it?
Groundpoundercoffee.com.
Awesome.
And or follow us and ask any questions about either the rig or the coffee on Instagram. It's real easy. I'll always answer back.
Yeah, fantastic stuff, guys. Look for them online.
Taste the salsa, the peppers, the freshness. The bread is crisp, but soft on the inside. The avocado.
MTs? MTs are awesome in the snow, but when you stop,